Boom, 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 boom.
What?
Well, I started streaming.
Uh-huh.
I figured I'd just do it while we prep.
Uh-huh.
It was very funny as you were running around in your shorts.
Yes.
It was adorable.
Yeah.
So we are live, just FYI. You know,
Yeah.
glad you were wearing pants.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, nice change of pace. So for everybody tuning into the live
brewing,
stream,
I'm recording.
Yeah, we're not going to have this in the podcast. Obviously, I'm sure Sean will trim this part out. So hope you enjoy. God, that sounds like you're drilling.
Yeah, I might be.
We changed the layout. Hopefully the bandwidth is a little less garbage, so we don't get so choppy. And also, I'm going to have some graphics flying at you later that are very bad and actually screenshots of my Excel.
Loud explosions too, right?
Yeah, there'll definitely be some explosions. It might be our head when you talk about the fin rework, but
might be.
Okay. I got notes.
Pleasant sound, isn't it?
See that sound? I can't hear anything right now.
Okay, all right. That's the little Keurig here in the Echo basement.
Yeah,
doing some work.
All right, now I know there's a way.
Pre-show morning roast.
So also, my wife and daughter will come home while we're recording at some point, and the dogs will go nuts, and it will be very bad.
Okay.
But here we are.
Good.
Hey.
My kids are all zombified upstairs with their tablets and gadgets.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have much to worry about there.
Max, shut up.
Now we're YouTubing.
Yelling at the dogs.
Brewing coffee, yelling at dogs. That's proper YouTube right there.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can at least load the chat in case anybody actually says anything to us. I mean, I wouldn't, but, you know.
Coffee, yelling at dogs. What, in Discord or the YouTube chat?
The YouTube.
Gotcha. Well, you do that.
I don't know. I'm so new to this. Urzatron helped me out so much last week, and I think I forgot at least 3/4 of what he taught me, so.
Good.
Dog, I will fight you.
So, is that them getting home?
Nope.
that's just dog. Okay.
So
yeah,
we got
some good topics tonight, though.
Stream. They are home. I made it back early. Let's see. Stream status bad. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Stream. That's what the report is.
that's what YouTube is telling me right now. So we didn't clear up the.
Yeah.
We didn't.
YouTube. We don't need your judgment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can remember what he taught me. Nope.
Brush.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Once hi. Who's coming down the stairs? Hey, Vivian. Oh. Okay. Well, that's allowed. Thank you. Thank you. Go upstairs. I got a milkshake.
Hey. Watch out for all those boys.
They must have finished up early. They had time to stop by and get me a milkshake. Okay. All right. Milkshake has been acquired. I think I'm ready to go.
Good deal. Okay. Keurig deactivated. I don't think we have any more drilling to do. We just got dogs barking.
I assume you can hear the dogs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No problem with that.
Yeah. Well, it's good the dogs are coming through clear. Is there a dog filter on my audio?
There we go. Okay. Boshuda, fellow Holotable Hustlers, you're tuned in to Radio Free Tatooine's Galactic War Report, a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes podcast that's better than some and worse than others. I'm Sean, a.k.a. The Other Sean, and sitting across the Holotable from me is John, a.k.a. The Uncanny Mr. H.
Hi.
Well, howdy. And welcome back if you're on the live stream. We're everywhere now, I feel. We're conquering the internet.
And it looks like my bandwidth issues are not solved yet, so you may be getting a slideshow of our faces while you listen to the audio.
It's for the best. Or for the most entertaining, because we make ridiculous faces. So,
and I got a milkshake.
So we've got some stuff to talk about. And some sneezes to get out. No, we've got some things to talk about this week. HK-47 got his rework. We have a bit of a conversation there. We have Finn got his rework. Nerf? Maybe. We'll talk about that. And the talk of the town, Mr. Darth Revan, or Dr. Evan, if you nasty. He's here. He's making an impact, making a splash. So we, of course, have to talk about him.
Yeah.
Anything else this week? I feel like that's really the top stories here.
If I can maybe quit goofing with Skype and having all the buttons pop up, it'd be great. Yeah. I think that's about it. There have been a number of, I would say, soft counters discovered to Dr. Evan thus far.
Yeah.
But the dust is still settling. So.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about him and the quality of him. Is he too good? Is he not good enough? Is he just right? So we'll kind of get that a little bit. And we're gonna do a meta report for the first time in forever. If I can find the file for the music, I don't know where that is.
We can make a new one.
We're gonna have to because we don't use copyrighted music anymore. So I'm gonna have to get out the guitar and shred.
I feel like the Territory Mastery music could be repurposed also for that. Meta report. Yeah, I like it. Also,
we'll have a shred fest before it.
Shred fest. While we're on housekeeping, remember, and I will hammer this so that I'm not alone with Sean in a room as is required by law, that we will be at Celebration in Chicago on April 15th, starting at noon on the podcast stage, which we now know is on the first floor.
Yeah.
By the parking lot. So convenient access.
So you can get right out as soon as we're done. You can just bolt. We're on the last day. What would you want to stick around for?
That's true. So we're doing that noon to 1 on the 15th of April, that Monday. Also, we will be in town on that Saturday night, the 13th, for a meetup at 7 o'clock at night. And
all your favorite podcasters.
That's right.
Except Joe Rogan will not be in attendance.
I thought you said my favorite podcasters.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I have no idea what he's up.
That's a different topic for a different day. But 7 o'clock at the Arc Bar, which is at the Marriott right by McCormick Place, which is where Celebration is. So we will be there at 7 o'clock. I will be arriving that day. Sean will already be 3 days weary of Celebration by that point.
I'll be a grizzled veteran like Dengar. Look for the guy that looks like Dengar. My head will be all wrapped up. I'll be stealthed.
He start out as Lobot, end up as Dengar.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really looking forward to it. We've got swag giveaways.
Yeah.
I have a notification this morning that our pins have shipped. They are en route to Echo Basement here, where I will store them until Celebration. We also went out on a shopping spree and bought just a bunch of stuff to give out to people. So very excited for that. That's all going to be at our actual podcast stage appearance. And we're just gonna, I don't know, have a little egg timer go off every 10 minutes, and we give someone something. So I wanted a T-shirt cannon, but the budget didn't really provide for it.
I think they frown on any functional cannons, regardless of what their.
Pretty much everyone T-shirt cannons.
It's killed people. So Maud
there
Flanders.
Will be one. I guarantee the main stage will have a T-shirt cannon. They always have a T-shirt cannon, and it won't shoot past like the second row, and everyone will think it will, but it won't.
And listen to you always. What is this? Your third celebration?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's my first, and I'm going for 2.5 days, so I don't even know if I'm going to get there in time to actually do anything at the convention hall before the meetup on Saturday.
Oh yeah, maybe.
We'll have to see. I have a karate tournament for my daughter in the morning, and then I'm leaving right from there. But it's a bit of a
okay. It is. So you're looking for the big Sunday and Monday deals,
such as it is.
Okay.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Well, I mean, we're the big Monday deal, so you're looking for big Sunday deal.
That's right. To do. There's nothing before, nothing after on Monday.
Right. So yeah, that is. I'm excited for it. Yeah. Also, some website information, right? So radiofreetattooing.com. I know you guys go there every day. I see the web traffic. I know both of you go there every day. So we're actually starting to make some improvements there. You can't see them. They're back-end improvements. It still looks sweet.
The same.
But we're working on the T-shirt shop. We've had a lot of issues with that in the past, and we're fixing a lot of that. It should be functional now for the most part. Some colors of some shirts need to be fixed, but
I love how we announce things like it should mostly be working somewhat.
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge improvement for us. We're almost operational. So, yeah. But yeah, in the coming couple weeks, I got some pretty cool ideas for some improvements there, so you can represent Galactic Warport. Also, meet us at Celebration, and we'll give you stuff where you can show people. I'm a fan of this.
We will bribe you.
Yes, exactly. You can be our advertising.
Please.
So, okay, I think that's about it for, besides, I always want to mention our new patrons. We've gotten some good action on Patreon recently, and that means so much to us, especially with Celebration coming up, because every little dollar counts for that. So thank you very much. $1 gets you in, $5 gets you, in, $10 gets you inner.
We haven't decided how much you have to pay to get out yet.
Right. Everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really appreciate that. Patreon.com/radiofreetattooing to check out the different tiers and maybe chat with us before the show, because we always do that. We do the Doth chat, and only a handful of people can do that with us. We got to talk Galaxy of Heroes with somebody. It might as well be you guys, right? Instead of our wives, who don't want to hear anymore.
Anymore. Mine doesn't want to hear any.
No, my wife will. It's almost like I've got like a time limit. She'll let me talk about it, and I mean, like I'll talk about very like high level, high concept stuff, like I basically they released another character that if I fight against, I can't win, so that's really fun. You can relate to that, right? And she's like, well, yeah, I understand why you're throwing your phone now, without getting into details of why I'm a terrible player. But speaking of characters who can't win, let's talk about this HK.
Yeah.
Have you what's first of all, we talked about the rework last week, so we knew what we were getting into. What kind of experience have you had working with him? Because you don't use him with Darth Revan.
Yeah.
You use him as a actual droid leader, correct?
I've tried him in both functions. It's not great.
Right.
I mean, his speed didn't change, which was already abysmal. The actual damage on his basic didn't go up at all. His one, I think she's called Mayhem now. It does a good amount of damage, and the Assassination Protocol, the problem is the cooldown reduction is so bad, or non-existent rather, without Revan, that it's a 9-turn cooldown. You don't see it, So he's good in PvE because that cooldown actually comes up, and you get more usage out of the AoE attack, Mayhem, because you don't die instantly like you do in Arena. But in Arena, it means so far, with what little testing I've managed to do with it, he does not seem to be great, with the exception of with Revan. With Revan, I hear he's amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
But
I mean, it's at this point, it's like trying to use Biggs without wedge or something like that. I mean, it's
sure.
Yeah, there can be utility, but yeah, he's not what he used to be, huh?
Well, even as a leader, that's the thing. Like, it was always that turn meter was what made him worthwhile. He was a turd by himself, but now it's kind of
sounds like someone else who got a rework this week.
That's different, though. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not bad. He's great if you have Darth Revan, and it kind of bums me out because I know I talked about it last week, but he was the other droid leader. He was the droid leader, really.
Yeah.
And if they had, I think that they could have reduced the turn meter down from 50, not all the way down to 10, and been better. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't know what kind of loops they were looking at. But as a functional, hey, I want to have this person in Arena, it sucks, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so where do you sit with HK-47, where he is right now? He's not doing it as a droid leader. Are you looking to work toward Darth Revan so that you can use him in that respect, or just kind of whatever, maybe throw him on as an attacker on a droid team?
No, I'm like he's my, because I have enough good droids to run 2 full droid teams. And for things like Grand Arena, I don't really need him for territory battles because I have enough good dark side teams. But Grand Arena is really where I've seen him getting some use. But that hasn't even been since his rework, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really see him having much use in PvP aside from behind Darth Revan. Because it can't even be on Darth Revan's team.
I'll tell you what, I went through. What's that?
It requires him to be the leader. So it's not even like if you were doing some weird Traya Revan mix and then put HK on that team to do something. But no, it has to be Revan in the leader spot.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I guess he kind of went down in value for you a bit. Not that he was your most valuable droid anyways. But
no, far from it. But that leader ability, man.
For HK? Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll miss is I used him occasionally for a Grand Arena here or there, some unimportant fight usually. But the Ewok event, the Forest Moon.
Oh, sure.
Man, he was my go-to. Use him and R2, BB-8, I think IG-88 and K2. And just slap that thing on auto and you got this.
Yeah.
So now that doesn't work. So I'll have to figure out. I'm sure I can do it's Droids or Empire. I'm sure I can put an Empire team together with Palpatine or something that'll make it easy. But as I was going through this last time with him, I thought this is maybe my last hurrah with HK-47.
Did you
for some time
have a little memorial with him?
A little bit, yeah. Tear those Ewoks apart, HK. Those little furry little meat bags.
Gross. Very gross.
Yeah, that's a bad phrase.
Yeah,
Let's ban that one from
don't
the
use
show.
That one.
Never again. So that's HK. I mean, where you've gotten any use out of him, who do you run as leader? Like, is it Grievous leader or
It doesn't matter.
dare I say Lobot?
I want to use Lobot, but he doesn't have a droid tag, which makes it weird.
Yeah, makes it subpar. Sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot subpar about Lobot.
True. Yeah, I don't really care for Grievous's leadership, as I've been clear about, but it doesn't functionally matter. I mean, HK doesn't get a turn in Arena,
right?
Generally speaking. The whole droid experience right now is very much, I don't want to say unchanged, but it's kind of how I felt about Troopers in Arena before. Like, if I had one more character, like if I need, the only way to win with them thus far on a regular basis is basically just everybody is doing their best to keep Grievous alive.
Yeah.
Well, and B2, who keeps the debuffs off everybody else.
Yeah.
I think Droideka has got a very bright future, but until he's grindable.
Star that thing up soon, right? I mean,
I got him at Gear 11, ready to go to 12, pretty much.
B1 just became available in shipments and packs. So,
well, Droideka's in Chromium as of yesterday, I believe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, fantastic. Okay.
So we only got a couple weeks.
Good sign.
No, wait, what? Another? Yeah. I can't remember. Was it 5 weeks, and then they'll be grindable?
I don't remember timelines. I just get excited when stuff comes out. I'm always so far behind, it doesn't matter. I can't prepare for this stuff.
Right.
I'm the guy that's working on Treya right now, so somewhat behind the curve.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's HK. I think Finn is a sort of interesting case also.
Yeah.
His changes have been met with some mixed reception, right? Initially, everyone was upset because his leader ability is significantly worse than it was. So they said they would refund his Zeta, and that's great. But, I mean, this Zeta pops back into your inventory, and you look at Finn, who was your hero for so long, and he's just not going to be the same Finn. You're not going to put that Zeta back on there and make it work. He's just worse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in a world where I had a lot of Zetas, maybe he would still get some use, maybe in Grand Arena or something. but your days of rolling over somebody with a Zeta Finn team on offense are over. So, in lieu of that, they've made him pretty beefy attacker. He has a proper taunt now. He's good.
Was he actually a taunter, or like what's his actual role? Is it attacker or tank?
I believe it's tank. Yeah. His taunt in the past was only, I believe, when Poe's taunt expired, he would gain one.
Sure.
Which is fine, but now you can use him without Poe and still be able to taunt, which is kind of nice. And because Poe is very limited use these days. But yeah, people have been experimenting with him in phase 1 of the Heroic Sith raid, which is arguably one of the places where it's most important for a character to be good, is in the Sith raid. And he's rocking. I saw McMull posted like 20% damage, and he said he was still working on it. Skelterix put up a video of about 30% damage, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
Slotting him in place of R2 in McMull's case, and in place of Resistance Trooper in Skelterix's case. So basically you're running Jedi Training Ray with R2, BB-8, Finn, and C-3PO. And I mean, that number is nothing to scoff at. We haven't had a Sith raid since the rework where I've been able to try it out, but I've got that team saved. I am ready to rock.
Yeah, I think we launch one tonight, so tomorrow you'll have a chance.
So the nice thing there is he's a very useful character, and you don't need the Zeta. So if you had the Zeta, you kind of still have a useful character.
Right.
and you got a Zeta out of it. So that's not so bad in my opinion. It's made it easier to swallow, because I was one of the guys that was most invested in Finn. I think I'm one piece of gear away from fully maxed, and I loved me some Zeta Finn. So I'm coming to terms with it pretty well.
I realized the other day that I maxed out T3M4. I wouldn't say on accident, but I wasn't really my goal. So my two maxed out characters, I think I've only got two because I've got a lot that are halfway there, like 12 and a half. But
oh sure,
are T3 and L3. So two very useful characters.
It's for their ships. You're doing it for their ships. Ebon Hawk, right? Ebon Hawk's been getting some play in the fleet meta as a reinforcement.
We'll have to call our ship's bird on to do that, because I have no idea.
Yeah. It's not the most popular, but it's been making some appearances in reinforcement lists. So, what else do we have this week? We've got Finn. Everyone in my guild was talking about it's a weird feeling that like you're sad that Finn that you got your Zeta back for Finn,
right?
But you got a Zeta. What are you going to spend it on, right? So I waffled a little bit and ended up putting mine on Nihilus's unique. Yeah, I know it's 2019, but it's still good.
Hey, Sean,
so
I just 7-star Finn this week, so don't talk to me about it being 2019.
I'm trying to get. I'm not going to say caught up on the meta, but at least order a little bit, because I hate it when I'm like, it bugs me that I don't have Jedi Knight Revan yet. But when I'm scrolling through characters and I see my Jolie Bindo, who I'm working on it, but when I see him with gear level 8,
well,
I feel silly.
I mean,
I feel a little bit silly.
I've heard people got through the event with gear 9 Jolie.
Okay.
But
I do plan on gearing him up. I just don't see the point right now because I'm so far away from being ready.
Well, I'm getting there for Jedi Knight Rey. Who do I need for her event? I don't remember. Finn.
For Rey, you need Finn, BB-8, R2, Poe. No, not Poe. And the Bet Smugs.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you can do it.
They announced with the new calendar that her event is coming back in a month, right? End of April.
Who? Jedi Knight Rey?
Correct.
Or Jedi Training Rey?
Jedi Training.
Okay.
I believe. And
look at
it's gonna be.
I'm afraid of it.
It's gonna be a rush for me to get there. I'll tell you, because I got a lot of old man Han to grind.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't sound good, but
not great.
Not the best.
Where are you at with him?
Like, I just started like a couple days ago.
Oh well, yeah, you do have.
But he's the last one though.
It's Cantina, right?
He is. I don't know how you dummies did this in like 3 weeks.
I do.
Yeah, well,
cheddar. I remember that.
I'm not doing that though, and I can't place high in arena right now to get any extra, crystals. I was thinking about the other day.
You just got real quiet.
I'm being thoughtful.
Uh-huh.
No. Am I still quiet?
A little, yeah.
Oh.
Your levels are. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Okay. And there are people who eclipse me. I wouldn't say quickly, but like our guildmate Slakey, he started like a year after I did, and he is well past me in Galactic Power, and he hasn't spent like a ton of money. He didn't whale out on the game, but it really is a matter of that arena focus. Like, why don't I have? I have Hermit Yoda is the same thing. Like, I don't have Hermit Yoda unlocked. And I was like, how could, like, we've gotten the same amount, basically, of guild event currency. How is that possible? And I was like, well, I've had to spend my guild event currency on gear, which other people can buy the occasional 10, 20. out of crystals, and I just can't. I have to get it all out of the shops, which limits certain things like that. And so it's dumb that I've never focused on arena really, and I don't want to, frankly. But I've tell you what, man, I've definitely been hurt by it as the game has gone on.
Yeah, and it's you know, I mean, especially in the last few months, we've been in a spot where if you didn't prep correctly for arena and you just want to say, you know what, today I'm going to start making a difference. No, you're not.
No.
you're going to start working on Jedi Knight Revan, and that's going to be a long grind.
6 months from now,
you're going to start working on Millennium Falcon, and that's going to be a long grind.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do for arena right now. And even with Darth Revan out there, he's good, right? But still, focus primarily on Jedi Knight Revan. That's an amazing character. So that's the best thing you can do in arena. Now there's stopgap measures you can do in the meantime. Like I've been working on my CLS, modding them up, so nice, getting all the gear, you know. But ultimately, I'm gonna have to hop on that Revan train.
Well, sure, but you're because you have a very good CLS team that can at least compete a little bit in arena, right?
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even have that.
Where the only thing that can prevent me, well, I shouldn't say the only, but almost the only thing that can prevent me from winning is if CLS whiffs General Kenobi with his buff immunity.
Yeah.
Or if he resists the buff. Those two things happen, I have a good chance of losing. If they don't, I'm almost guaranteed to win.
Sure.
So yeah, and that's a thing that with the way Darth Revan's been creeping into the meta as a CLS player, I was thinking, what's this mean for me? But you know, I've seen reports that CLS can handle Darth Revan.
There are scattered reports from the field.
Scattered reports from the 12 people who still play Commander Luke. But you know, the more I think about it, the more I think it's not. I haven't had an issue winning. It's just that I fall like a rock. So
yeah.
I mean, if I really got serious about arena, I could place better than I do. I just the time commitment is what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, that's kind of a similar experience to what I have with my droid teams, which is what I'm running currently still.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on the day because I can't settle on a team comp is part of the problem. I keep thinking I can improve on it, and then I don't, and then I drop back down. But like I've snuck into the top 100, which again, nothing to write home about, but it's pretty good. And then I get just whooped back down because there's like I've climbed up and down. There are no other General Grievous teams in sight.
Yeah.
So especially if I have B1 on my team, like they see an understarred character, you know, it screams, "Come hit me."
Yeah, I would attack that on site.
Well,
sure.
I assure you, I have fought your team on my various climbs. It does not turn out great for me at all.
I would imagine.
It's such a fragile team that it just all falls apart.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think I have much of a solution to my woes aside from, like you said, grinding out these characters. But that's such a long road for me that I don't think it's feasible at this point.
Well, and that's a game you have to play. Is this meta worth my investment right now? And in my opinion, Jedi Knight Revan still worth it. Still 100% worth it. He can still beat anything. And you know, we were talking before the show that he's amazing in the Sith raid. So your investment is not going to be for nothing. It's not like you're going to slap a Zeta on him and tomorrow he's worthless.
Right.
He's just that good. And, I mean, that's been the case with most of these legendary characters. Like, no one regrets putting Zetas on Commander Luke. Like because he's been useful for a very long time in various ways.
There was a Reddit post I saw, and I don't recall who made it, so apologies to whoever that is. But it was an excellent point, and because people were saying, Darth Revan it's good, it's fun, but it's not anything compared to Jedi Knight
I think I
Revan.
know exactly where you're going with
this. And it's that it's not that Darth Revan is bad; it's that Jedi Knight Revan is that good.
Yeah,
like they could it's a decent counter. They have a good fight, but there's nothing right now that can dominate like Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah. And the the complaint that I've lodged, I complain about Revan because he's the leader of the team and he's the most just mind-boggling kit, but it is that combination of Revan and Jolie with the rezzing, the whole Jedi team. It's a ridiculous mechanic that I don't care what your team is, you have to really bring it to compete with that.
When I first started playing against Jedi Knight Revan, that was my biggest barrier was Savior, right? When he could auto res at full health protection with crit immunity, the first time somebody beefed it, it was stupid. I couldn't get past that part. And now it's kind of like when I first started playing against the new Night Sister Zombie, when she would automatically eat 2 hits from somebody else. Like I figured out how to play past that. Savior is rarely the issue. And even Jolie, once I burn Savior on somebody else, then I fight Jolie and, get him down. The problem is, I think, that Revan can ignore taunt when marking. It's like one of the core mechanics of the game is you have a taunt up and you can help direct the flow of battle, but nobody is safe, right? You can't direct their AI where you want it to go, and I think that's what makes it really hard. I mean, and it's good because things like Scion can't just take over a battle and all that stuff, and it's good to have it as a counter to the Triumvirate and that kind of thing. But it also means I can't do anything with any of my teams because they just mark whoever they feel like it and just mow them down.
One wrong move and the whole battle gets out of control.
It's toast. So that's really, I think, the most mechanically challenging part of the kit to me.
Yeah. Yep. And the fact that, like you said, the Savior thing, you play past it. But man, when you play past that and you start making progress and Jolie happens.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like Savior relies on me making decisions, right? I can choose how to do that. I can affect the outcome.
Someone's coming back. Yep.
I can't stop the mark. I can't prevent it. I can't cleanse it. I can't control who it goes on. As the player, because we don't ever actually play player versus player. It's player versus AI and whatever functionality it is. I don't get to decide in any way how the game is being played at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like even if Treya isolates somebody, I can have some functionality of where it's going with taunt.
Yeah. Yeah. The only control I have personally is when he marks Commander Luke, I can get in trouble. But if you've got the
his offense switch
names, but the change of stance, whatever, you can kind of heal yourself and you'll survive enough hits to usually make it through it. And if you don't, Han's gonna have your back. Whoever takes you out, they have another thing coming with Han and Chewie. So,
but I just think that's where the unfun of that kit comes in. And as much as Darth Revan can really come in and just hammer you with all the ferocity and all that stuff, and they cleanse was it buff block and ability block, I believe, automatically on a Sith Empire team, but they gain ferocity, which has so you could even kind of control and make their defenses worse, or you can control who you're doing it, whether or not you put those debuffs on them. But it gives you as the player some control, as opposed to just whoever's on defense having all the control in the hands of the AI.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's a little unfun.
Yep. So I thought that post was very well worded, and it's something that I've been preaching for a while. That look, no offense, but it's too strong. Yeah. It's just it's an imbalanced team, I think.
What's interesting is they won't nerf something.
All the more reason to grind it, right? I mean, you have to look out for number one, so you should be grinding it. But
what's interesting is they don't ever nerf something if it's an issue in PvP.
Right.
The only nerfs we have ever seen in this game come from raid content.
Yeah, and well, there was the early on the Barris nerf. I think that's true. That's true. Thing.
Yes,
but that's the only example of that, and it was when the game was a baby. So yeah.
Go back upstairs.
So that's Finn in a nutshell.
Yeah, go upstairs.
and a little bit about Revan. Now, Darth Revan. I have to ask, how many tiers of this were you able to play?
1.
Okay, same here.
Mm-hmm.
I got to that second tier. I was like, oh my God, really? Like, wow.
Oh wait, you have to try the second tier?
No.
Okay.
I saw the requirements and thought, wow, I didn't even realize I cannot play the second tier.
Yeah, I got through the first one. I won with the character they gave us.
Sure. Yeah. I have, and it was fun. It was cool. It was very KOTOR. But I have nothing to report on the event because of that.
Yeah. I know that it exists.
I just wasn't there for it. But Darth Revan, let's talk a little bit about what we know. So he works well with HK, Badstilla, of course. That's the new triumvirate, so to speak. And people have been playing with other kind of other layouts here. Most dominant is we're seeing actually Darth Sion seems to be pretty strong, which is kind of a surprise to me. And let's see, what's the other squad layouts that are really working? Talzin and Zombie,
which I was surprised
doing very well.
I like it.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah, it seems like a kind of fun squad to play, if nothing else. But yeah, Sion, Nihilus, and what's the other? Oh, of course, the Sith Assassin and Trooper, which I don't think anyone was expecting Marauder to really show up in any big way, so that just kind of makes sense to me.
I have heard rumors of a Thrawn and Trooper counter to Darth Revan, which is wonderful, except you...
Like a Thrawn lead Trooper?
Yes, but you will be obliterated by anything else that comes near you.
Yeah.
So... I mean, technically, yes, it's a counter.
You better refresh and put something else in there real quick.
Yeah, so no. I mean, like, I love that it's possible, but not functional.
Something to keep in mind for Territory War or Grand Arena.
Sure.
You know,
where I did not consider
doesn't matter what you use.
The implications of us recording earlier. We had a refresh. I got to real quick snag my energy, so I don't lose that.
I know. My arena payout just went out, and I'm terrified at how bad it was.
Mine was horrible. Like I said, today I just couldn't. I kept goofing with my comp, and I couldn't get anywhere. But
I think I only got one fight in, so I'll be struggle bussing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the meta is very much Jedi Knight Revans still, but you want to talk about this meta report?
Yeah. You guys ready for my sweet graphics?
Yes. We need it.
Bladoo, spladow. All right. On the left side, for those who are on the stream, you will see the actual meta report. These are the top 10. Currently, Jedi Knight Revan is at 64%, which is still a bunch. However, it is not all of it. Darth Revan.
It was 90% last week. So
yeah. We'll start being able to actually get better changes starting next week if we actually start doing a better job of tracking, just if it's interesting, which it has not been. It went directly from all Traya to all Revan. So, but Darth Revan is at 24%. So that's good. Then Traya is at 6%. Then CLS is at 3%. And then it's a smattering of all Sarans with Palpatine, Talzin, Rey, Bastila, Grievous, and Darth Maul. I don't know where those 14 Grievouses are, but you're a hero.
Good on ya.
I mean, it's great.
So,
I don't. Maybe if they whaled out and got like Droidica all the way to 7 stars, I imagine it hits like a truck. I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The teams, on the other hand, you got Yoda and Revan, Jedi Knight Revan. God, I have to specify. Are both at 65%. You got an interesting mix up at the top then. You got Jolie, Kenobi, and Bastila at 64, 60, and 58%. Which means there's some kind of overlap somehow with a lot of those. But Bastila Fallen then is at 30%. Darth Revan at 26. HK-47 at 24. Darth Sion at 15. And Darth Nihilus at 11. So yeah, you're seeing how Sion and Nihilus can be decent behind Darth Revan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge amount of variance, but it's actually some variance, which is,
Yeah, and that
difference.
makes sense that Bastila would be highest on there because she plays well with Traya. So anyone using Traya and anyone using Darth Revan are both contributing to that. But
right.
And then that Zombie and Talzin, they're kind of showing up a little bit.
Yeah, a little further down.
So yeah, it gives me hope.
Yeah.
Right. Like the meta is breaking a little bit. I would not be surprised if we saw a rebound of Jedi Knight Revan. Because I think a lot of people are trying Darth Revan, but they may see that Jedi Knight Revan holds a little better. Go back to the safer team on defense.
Yeah, I agree. But
I don't want that to happen, but
I'm
it'll
gonna need
probably
about
happen.
5 seconds of bad audio because I got to get the last of this milkshake. That was critical.
That's not bad audio, John. That's real life. That's what podcasting is all about.
It's a slice of life and a vanilla milkshake.
Tell me what other game changer gives you that.
Slurping in
they
your
all
ear.
Edit their stuff. Oh boy, we're professionals over here at Radio Free Tatooine. I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the meta's it's moving a little bit, but it's moving
a little bit.
So before we head out, look, we've had a busy day.
Yeah,
we've talked about some big reworks, and we got a lot of preparation to do for Star Wars Celebration Chicago. But we can't leave the people hanging, John. They got to know who you grinded.
It's an excellent question. As I mentioned earlier, I am grinding Old Man Han now. It's slow, but he's the last piece of that puzzle for that legendary from 2 years ago.
Tell you, that's one of those characters that just in today's game state,
it's bad.
There's no use. There's no application for that character.
I've considered trying to work out like a secondary scoundrel team. Like the two of them behind old Lando or something stupid, just for like a 3v3 Grand Arena team or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't want to gear him up that high.
No, you don't want to be spending that. You with the no crystal income, you don't want to be doing that,
Sean. I mean, will I though?
You might.
Science is not yet discovered. I am also grinding Baze, because I will eternally be doing that, and I hear he's good. I've heard a lot about this Baze character.
Yeah, he's. I mean, territory battles certainly.
Yeah. No, and I'm not grinding him hard because mostly my energy right now is going to the IG 2000. I think it's 2000. 200? 2000.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I realized I hadn't worked on any ship really. I mean, I got the Emperor's shuttle, but that was incidental in a long time. And so I needed to work on one, and I might as well work it towards, Millennium Falcon, I guess. And I have good IG-88, so.
The ship to be going after, yeah.
So, I mean, I have him, and I have a Zeta on him already because I'm a dummy. So,
Right.
but I got for gear, I got Chopper to gear 12, so he's off the old fave list. But I am still working slowly on a K2.
There is very little in this world that feels better than getting a character off the gear 12 list. I think
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
When you, I should say, in this game.
Yeah, sure. It's like what's like what
specify that.
Conan the Barbarian. What is best in life?
Right. Yeah. Getting Chopper off the gear 12 list.
And hearing the lamentations of the women.
How did I just say Chopper in a bad Arnold voice? Getting Chopper off the gear 12 list.
Yeah.
There.
That's actually
you can't.
You're gonna get a copy struck from Arnold now. He's gonna copy strike you.
I know. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
So, who are you grinding?
Oh, I'm grinding a lot of the same, but a little bit of new stuff.
Ooh.
So, as I mentioned before, I'm working Jolie and Bastila, and where are they right now? It's gonna be embarrassing, but I'm gonna fess up. Bastila is at 63 out of 100.
You're on the verge.
We're getting there. Jolie's at 68 out of 85. Yeah. I need to get serious about that. Start doing some refreshes. And then Aura Singh, because Cantina, what am I going to do in there?
Yeah.
I think it's down to Aura and Sith Marauder, so Aura Singh. And what do we got here? Gear is going to that Sith Triumvirate, and a little bit. I've put a little bit on clones because they just keep getting that buff. Like,
yeah,
it's stupid.
I think we only have like 2 full Gear 12 teams in our guild.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'm one of them.
I haven't been doing that, but I'm like getting them up to like 9 or 10.
9.
You know?
They're clones.
Look, exactly. I've got a 5s is gear 11, Rex is 12, and then beyond that, they're just kind of dumpy clones for me. But like I said, a little bit there, and I've been gearing up my Magma Trooper for the Thrawn Magma Treya counter. So. I mean, that's something that I can do, but my Magma Troopers.
I have Gear 12, both of them, and I never got that to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. No, I remember trying. I didn't really go hard at it, but I remember trying it a couple times and being very confused how other people got to work.
Are you talking about an actual Treya team or just a 3v3?
The actual Treya team.
Okay, I'm focusing more as a counter in 3v3 Grand Arena.
I haven't looked at that.
To be able to kind of compete there without burning an otherwise valuable team. And what else? Gear. That's pretty much it. I got Palpatine up to 12 finally. He's been like on the verge of 12 for 2 years or whatever. And let's see, ships. Xanadu Blood and IG-2000. They're both at 6 stars now. Getting there, well on their way to 7. And so now I'm in that weird spot of what is my next Zeta. I think it's got to be Scion. Everyone loves Scion Zeta. So
I couldn't tell you what it was.
That's the smart thing to do. Whenever someone hits them, they get pain inflicted on them.
Oh, right. So, geez, what is my next Zeta gonna be? I have one actually right now. I just got it. I think I'm out of droids that put them on that are going to be any useful.
Yeah.
I mean, I could put it on K2, but...
I think Scion, and then I got to start, as much as I hate stockpiling, I got to start saving some up for that Revan team, or at least spending them on those characters, like Yoda and Jolie. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Well, that is all we got for you this week. May not be the best advice, but at least we didn't recommend Finn's leader ability. Yeesh. Galactic War Report is brought to you by Radio Free Tatooine and our Patreon supporters, such as the Draconian Order. I always mess up with the. Let me just say it clearly. They're good guys, so let's say it clearly. The Draconian Order. As always, we are thankful for your help. To see the full lineup of shows, head to radiofreetatooine.com. We thank you for listening, and if you like what you hear, please show your support with a rating and or review through your podcast medium of choice, or consider supporting the show at patreon.com/radiofreetatooine. Thanks for tuning in, and may the Force and RNG be with you.